Good day, students. Welcome to Mathgotserved.com. And this clip we're going to be going over section 1.2a of our virtual geometry text, focusing on the segment addition postulate. Don't forget, we have 6 practice problems at the end of this presentation that we'd like you to try out in order to demonstrate mastery. To gain access to our entire playlist and other valuable learning resources, you can take a look at the links in the description below or just visit our website at Mathgotserved.com. Alright, before we get started, let's take a look at what the segment addition postulate is first, okay? So let's say we have a segment like this. Let's call it segment AB, alright? And you have an interior point in the segment, let's call that C. Alright, so the segment addition postulate just basically means that if you add the different parts of the segment, you get the entire segment. So basically, if you have AC plus CB, that's going to be equal to AB. That's basically what the segment addition postulate is. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at an example. All right, so the instructions on the examples we're going to be doing is we're going to be solving for x. So the task is to solve for x. So for question number 1, let's say we have segment A, B, C. And AB is 8 units long and BC is x units long, and the entire length of the segment AC is 2x plus 2 units long. Okay, so we have to solve for x. So we're going to be using our segment addition postulate and our algebra skills to solve this problem. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, we're gonna write down the formula, apply to this scenario that we're dealing with right here. So the formula is AB plus BC is equal to AC. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to substitute the value, the measures of each segment into this equation we have set up right here, and then solve for x. Alright, so we can clearly see that AB is 8 units long, BC is x units long, and then AC is the entire length, that is 2x plus 2 units long. Okay, so our segment addition postulate from geometry has resulted in an algebraic equation with variables on both sides. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this. Now, I have a bigger positive x on the right, so what I'll do is I'll subtract x from both sides of my equation. What that will result is that this x will go to the right side of the equation, and then I have this constant, this plus 2 over here, I need it to the left side, so we'll subtract 2 from both sides of our equation. We're doing 2 steps simultaneously. Since you're in geometry, this shouldn't be a challenge for you. Okay, all right, so let's simplify. 8 minus 2, that gives us 6. And then 2x minus, you notice that this x doesn't have a coefficient. Well, it does. It's the divisible coefficient of 1, all right? So 2 minus 1, if you subtract 2 minus 1, you get 1. So you're going to have x right here. So we can clearly see that x is equal to 6, and that's the answer to question number 1. All right, let's take a look at another example. Now, let's say we have segment K, LM, all right, and then KL is x minus 2, LM is 2x minus 14, and the entire segment is 8 units long. So we're still following the same instructions. The task is to solve for x. All right, so let's go ahead and write down apply the segment addition postulate to this scenario right here. So it's going to be KL plus LM is equal to, so KL plus LM is equal to the entire segment, which is KM. Okay, so we're now going to substitute. KL is x minus 2, the quantity x minus 2, plus LM is the quantity 2x minus 14. All right. Now, when you're adding, you don't have to put a parenthesis there because the signs do not change. But if this were a minus, then you have to put a parenthesis here. All right. And then Km is the entire thing, which is 8 units long. All right, so this geometric postulate that we have right here has resulted in an algebraic equation that we can solve using properties of equality. Okay. All right, so how do we solve this equation? Well, we have to combine like terms. We have x and 2x. If we combine those two, that yields 3x. And then when you combine -2 and -14, the signs are the same, so you add and keep the sign. You have -16 is equal to 8. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and get the term with the x isolated. So what we're going to do is as follows. We're going to add 16 to both sides and divide by 3 in that order. Okay? All right, so let's do it. So we're going to go ahead and add 16 to both sides of the equation. When you carry out that addition, you will have 3x is equal to 24. Now, to get x isolated, all you do is divide both sides of your equation by the coefficient of x, which is 3. So divide by 3, divide by 3. And your final answer, x, is going to be 8. And we have accomplished the task for question number 2. All right, let's take a look at question 3. In question 3, what if we have segment L, M, N, okay? And then let's say L, the portion L, M of the entire segment is 2. And then the other Mn is 2x minus 18. And let's say the entire segment is x minus 4 units long, okay? All right, so let's start by writing down what the segment addition postulate is in this particular scenario. So we're going to have LM plus, let's write it down, LM plus MN is equal to LN. All right? Okay, so now let's substitute the measures. LM is 2 units long plus MN, that's 2x minus 18 units long, and that's equal to the entire segment, Ln, which is x minus 4 units long, okay? So let's go ahead and solve this. On the left side, we'll combine like terms. 2 and 18 are like terms. So bring down the 2x, and then if you combine 2 and 18, you have negative 16. Subtract and keep the sign of the bigger is equal to x minus 4. Okay? Now we want to collect like terms to different sides of the equation. I have a bigger positive x on the left, 2x, so I'm going to move this x over here to the left. So I'll subtract x from both sides. All right? Imagine as though you're subtracting 1x from both sides. That's what you're doing. And then you add 16 to both sides because you want the constants on the right side of the equation. Okay? All right, we're doing 2 steps simultaneously. If we combine it, what do we get? This adds up to 0, so you have x is equal to positive 12. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the answer to question number 3. All right, one more problem, and then you have an opportunity to do some practice problems. Question 4. What if we have segments WVU, okay? And let's say that WV is x plus 17 and VU is x plus 20 and the entire segment is 13 units long. All right, so the task is the same as before. We are solving for x. All right, so let's write down the segment addition postulate first. So what do we have? We have WV plus VU, okay? WV plus VU equals the entire segment, which is WU. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and substitute. WV is x plus 17 plus VU, which is x plus 20, is equal to WU, which is 13. Now we're going to simplify the left side by combining like terms. So x and x, if you combine those two, is 1x plus 1x. That's 2x. And then 17 plus 20. Combine those two, that's plus 37. and then that equals to 13. All right. Now to get x isolated, we're going to carry out two algebraic steps. Step 1, subtract 37 from both sides, and then divide by positive 2. Okay, let's do it. So subtract 37 from both sides of the equation. When you carry out that subtraction, you get 2x is equal to, and then you subtract this. So the signs are the same, so you just subtract and keep the sign of the bigger, okay? So it's going to be 24 when you take away 13 from 37, but it's going to be negative since the bigger of the two is negative. All right, algebra review there. Now to get x by itself, you divide both sides by 2, and your final answer is going to be x equals negative 12. Okay, remember when you divide two numbers with different signs, the sign of your resulting quotient will always be negative. Bam, there you go. Alrighty, now it's your turn to try out some practice problems. We have 6 practice problems we'd like you to do. Go ahead and pause this video presentation at this time and try it out. When you're done, click on the playback button, and then we're going to reveal what the correct answers are. So go ahead and pause this video at this time. Alrighty, welcome back. So hopefully you had a chance to try out the practice problems. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the answers are. So answers coming up. For question number 1, the answer is x equals negative 9. For number 2, the answer is x equals 4. For number 3, the answer is x equals negative 10. For number 4, the answer is x equals 2. For number 5, the answer is x equals negative 6. And for number 6, the answer is x equals negative 7. Alrighty, how well did you do on the 6 practice problems? Let us know how well you did in the comment section below. Now, if there are any questions that you have on any of these examples or what we covered previously, just specify your question in the comment section and we'll be more than glad to assist you. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. I really appreciate it. If you found the contents of this tutorial helpful in your preparation for and study of geometry, to give us a like or a thumbs up. Your positive feedback is very valuable to us. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We're going to be uploading tons of geometry tutorials on our page on a regular basis. And as indicated earlier, questions, comments, just put it in the comment section below, and do check out our website at mathgotserved.com for tons of support resources to help you do well in geometry. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.